It's home stretch now, and GT Ogunye joins us. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you for
well, the advent or metamorphosis, if you will, of all of these parties recently coming on stream, against the background of INEC trying to deregister, it reminds me of a football club. You're letting players go, you're signing new players. But from what you've seen, this party's coming on stream. Are they really giving Nigerians an option, or it's just more of smokescreen?
They're not giving Nigerians a lot of options. I think what's going on is just political calculation, chess game. And this is not the first time it's happening. What's paramount on the minds of many politicians in Nigeria? It's not service. They're power mongers. Sometimes I wonder whether some marabouts or some spiritualist or pastor told them that they will be president in their lifetime, or that they will be governors. And
because they're incurable optimists.
What they do is that they run across parties just hunting for platform. And I'm not, since we're discussing PDM and some of these new emerging parties, I'm not even talking about that alone. It cuts across. Donov, Ondo State, was in AD, was in PDP, then Labour Party. Ogun State was in PDP, MPP, then AC. So
it's working for them.
All over, they hunt. They are power mongers. So it's not about fidelity to political parties. It's not about even long suffering for any political party. The days of the rewiners, being in AG for donkey years without occupying any political office, is gone. Badamochi and all that. These are they're just power mongers. And so in 2007, you had a situation in which the vice president was being hunted out of the PDP and the vice presidency, and the rule of law saved him. But at the same time, he was hobnobbing and fraternizing with the AC, who told him, you have a ready platform. He used that platform during the elections. What did he do? He ran back to the PDP. Now, PDM is being floated. And he say, I'm not the one instigating it. But what's the game? The game, I dare tell you, is that, well, if you won't give me a platform in the PDP, then I have a ready platform to use. It's all chess game.
So and then them, not people.
Wow. That's my take.
Because I think now you just called some of those great Nigerians like Chief Badamasi. He also reminds us of what happened even in the UK. For a long time, the Labour Party wasn't even in power, and a whole lot of people stayed put, But back home...
I still remember Oliver Kinnock.
Yes.
Who was there and never became a prime minister.
And he was very visible even at that. But now you're bringing it back home and you use a particular word for them, power mongers. And our last guest, we tried to describe that as selfishness. Why would anyone with all of those arsenal and all of those philosophies, talks, ideals and ideology come forward all because of some self-interest?
Well, in Nigeria, occupancy of political power is very central to primitive accumulation of capital. And even if you are in a bureaucracy, for example, how was it possible for somebody who was in the pension office to steal 2 billion? We're not talking about the governor here. Okay? So, if you are in the businesses, you know what you would do to get that to post that kind of a profit? Even if you are a bank. Okay, so occupancy of power, political power, is very central to primitive accumulation. And, it's all about, I want to build an empire for myself. It's sad. And, you don't want to come across as just coming on national television and just saying, they're all bad, but that's the picture you can see. It's not that elsewhere people don't struggle to actualize themselves. Yes, Obama was a senator, and people were telling him, no, it's not your turn, and all that. He said, no. He was strong-willed. He was determined. You can self-actualize. It's permissible in any democracy. But, you see, that self-actualization should be subordinated to offering service for the people. Here, it is reversed, and that's the big problem.
And again, you know, perhaps when we look at all the political parties, the fear Nigerians are getting to see here is that, they're all similar, all the same. Because once you get to see a political party criticize the other political party, perhaps the other time we're talking about having young, vibrant Nigerians, as you rightly said, at that time when Obama came on, we've seen young, vibrant Nigerians as members of such political parties in the country. But later on, you stop to hear anything from them. Looks like each political party has a kind of connection, a link that says an unwritten law that tells them that, look, it is no for such people to be a member of such parties. So why can't they congregate and get their own party, party of like minds?
That's a challenge, and that's why, you know, I tell people, instead of belaking and saying that these are no political parties, why can't you come together and have your own? And it doesn't end there. Why can't Nigerians, you know, decide on what to do? Why can't Nigerians decide on what to do? You know,
How do you mean?
What I mean is this. We've had some elections since 1999. 1999 we had one, 2003, 2007, and all that. And immediately after, we just had an election. You see Nigerians expressing their bitterness, lampooning those who are in power, those whom they've just voted into office. And I said, why you sleep voting the time you are voting, or you are not conscious enough? Why abuse the person you just put in power when there are several alternatives? In 2003, now, just a moment. People who have just voted in General Olusegun Obasanjo were now condemning and said, Chief Gani offered you himself. It was good enough for you to go to prison on your behalf, to have his health damaged on your behalf. You couldn't then trust him with your votes. You didn't vote for him. Not when he even went to Ajegule symbolically to flag off his campaign. You didn't see him as your own. And then later on you start. And we've seen this replicated several times. Even the last election, I've met people who have said, oh, this man disappointed, we never knew. I said, you never knew what? So it's not just about Nigerians of like minds who are progressive, who really are passionate about Nigeria coming together to offer themselves. It's also about Nigerians seeing that alternative and embracing that alternative. Sometimes I wonder, I say, Nigerians, we wish we have all the good things of life, but we consciously work against them. By our actions, by our preferences, by our choices. We see this play out every time. But it bothers me a lot. And, you know, a lot of people now who have been driven into cynicism and despondency because of the attitude of an average Nigerian.
Just quickly now, we're talking about the registration of parties. I mean, some people will say that we also know that in the last how many years our elections haven't been free and fair, even if international observers did not say so. What we saw, you know, left a lot to be desired. But in recent years, it would seem that there have been some sanity being restored into it. Does the registration of new political parties bolster your confidence in INEC?
You know, what you call sanity was not sanity. INEC got it wrong when it started the registering political parties. You don't will or wish a two-party system into existence.
Is that what they're trying to do?
That's what I suspect they are trying to do.
But they have been registering more.
Look. Let's just run the legal argument quickly. Nigeria is a multi-party democracy. The Constitution says so. That you can belong to a political party of your choice. So the implication is that you can form as many political parties as you want once you meet the criteria. And the criteria were that you must have offices all over the place and all that. And these parties met this criteria. They participated in election. Now, midstream, the National Assembly dominated by the big political parties who have failed us severally, then decided, acting as the legislature, to purportedly empower INEC to deregister political parties
that haven't won
that
councillorship elections.
Wait, and they set new sets of conditions that the Constitution does not set. Section 229 of the Constitution defines political party. By the way, Section 221 to 228 govern political party administrations in the Constitution. Section 229, which is the interpretation section for Section 221 to 228, defines a political party as any political association, part of whose activities includes canvassing for votes, not even winning any election, let alone legislative or any executive post. But what did the legislature do? Because they want to have everything to themselves, they then empower any purportedly to deregister political parties if those parties at least do not have any legislative list position. And that's why Justice Gabriel Kolawole did not have any hesitation in invalidating that section, that you cannot set new requirements different from what the Constitution has said, and that's the law. Now INEC says it wants to appeal, but let's see. But the point is that, look, is it not unavailing for you to be weeding out political parties and then be registering new ones? So what point do you want to prove?
Yeah, but also to the political parties, you faulted INEC in terms of the steps that it has taken. What about the political parties? Are you not also a little disappointed in them that for all those years of their existence, not even a councillorship position? How do they justify their being a political party?
Do you blame them for offering themselves, or blame Nigerians for always voting for the wrong parties?
But that's
the first party is there.
Some people,
no, I'm just giving you an example.
Some people say that those parties exist, you know, for opportunism. Just to see what they can get.
Did they try them? Did they vote for them?
They saw what they were about.
What are they about?
What they represent. Because remember, they present themselves to the people. And the people say, no, this is what I want.
Let's get serious. So they didn't know Chief Gani Fahimi. He didn't have a track record.